Ben, how you feeling, first of all, is obviously the big question.
I mean, I feel fine. My shoulder's a little banged up, but it just comes with the territory. You're going to be banged up every game. I got hit pretty good, but I should be fine by Saturday.
What's your temperature on this rivalry game?
By temperature, what do you mean?
How fired up do you get about playing in South Carolina?
I mean, it's definitely a lot more exciting game, just because besides last year when we finally got them back, they've the past 5 or 6 years they've owned us. They've owned this rivalry for the past 6 years. I think we're definitely starting to turn things around. But at the end of the day, it's still another game. And at the end of the day, if we win or lose, it'll be a W or L in the win-or-loss column. But like Notre Dame and Florida State, this game obviously has more excitement because it's a rivalry game. But we're not going to prepare or do anything differently just because it's South Carolina.
How about growing up? Growing up, was it a big deal?
I mean, as a fan, I don't really remember honestly a lot of the games as fans because I was young. But obviously, there was a lot more buzz around the community when we were playing South Carolina. So.
Last year there was a lot of noise, obviously, about trying to end the losing streak against them. This year it's obviously trying to stay undefeated and head on toward the playoffs if you can. Can you kind of compare and contrast the two different kind of feelings heading into this rivalry week?
I wasn't really a part of the ones when we lost 6 in a row. I mean, I played a little bit my freshman year and we lost down there.
Well, I mean, even just last year, this year. Last year you were looking to break the streak, finally be the team that does it. Now this year it's, the streak's over, but now you're trying to stay undefeated.
I mean, I think our mindsets are the same. Our mindsets are the same every week. And I know it's so cliche, and I say this every time I get interviewed, that each game's the same, but that's like truly how we go about things. We don't just because we're undefeated this year and just because we are 9-3 or 9-2 at whatever point we played them, we had the same mindset as we have right now. We're prepared this week, put in a good game plan, and if we play to the Clemson standard, we'll win the game. So it's not like we don't really have a different mindset just because we were coming off a 5-game losing streak to them last year, and now that we're undefeated, it's just, we're the same mindset, same game plan. They're just in the way right now.
Man, does it almost alter the idea of it's all about state championship, beating the Gamecocks rival and all that because you guys have much bigger goals that you're attending to?
I mean, it's just another game, honestly. Really all it is, we're just another opponent who happens to be South Carolina, who happens to be our rival, but at the end of the day, it's just another game.
You grew up around this. When you were in high school and you had friends that were on either side of it, they knew you were going to Clemson. I mean, what was it like when you were on the outside looking in, and what's it like now that you're on the inside looking in?
I mean, it's definitely a cool perspective just because I could see it. Like, I experienced it as a fan coming to the games and growing up a Clemson fan and wishing my whole life that I could be a part of that. And now that I'm actually here, so it's definitely cool getting to see both sides of it. It was annoying growing up and all the buzz about it because probably half of Anderson is split. The USC fans and Clemson fans, so I definitely heard a lot of buzz about it growing up. We're just looking to turn things around and get another streak going.
You know, Garrett played baseball end of it, and you saw the first couple of years he was here, him on the losing side every year against them. How frustrating was that to watch your brother not ever really have that success against them, and you at least got a taste of some success?
I mean, we definitely talked about it and definitely made him mad. He despised South Carolina because when he was catching, he just experienced their fans and just their players, and he never really had good experiences when he played them. Not because they won or lost, just because the environment and just the fans. It just wasn't really a good time when they played them. Stuff always happened, so he does not like South Carolina at all. So I've never really heard good things about them coming from his mouth. But I'm glad that I haven't got to experience that really. I mean, my freshman year when we played there, it was pretty wild. It was a pretty crazy environment. Not because they were doing anything wrong. It was just when we played there my freshman year, that's probably one of the loudest game day experiences I've been a part of. So I mean, it's definitely cool not getting experience what he had to, losing them all the time. But I've heard a lot of. I haven't really heard good things about him coming from him.
Did you have any? So you said when you went down to Columbia a couple years ago, nothing really. What he experienced on the baseball side when you were.
I mean, fans obviously like run their mouth and stuff. I'm sure our fans run their mouth, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Not that I can remember my freshman year.
Does Garrett give you any special instructions this week that he would like to see you do?
Nah, I'll talk to him all throughout the week, and he'll text me before game day, tell me good luck, tell me he loves me. That's about it.
Was it more hostile 2 years ago at Williams-Brice than other places you've been, Florida State, Georgia?
Probably away games. That was probably the most loudest been.
When you look at it from their perspective, they're not having the season they wanted. They know this is their last game, and they got a shot to beat the number one team in the country. Can you see from their perspective where they're playing their Super Bowl, they're playing their bowl game, they're playing for everything? This game,
Yeah, I mean, we know teams are going to prepare against us differently than any other opponent just because we are the best team in the country. So they're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at us and just do things differently. But we prepare for that. So we know they're going to deviate a little bit from their game plan. But they're going to, at the end of the day, they're going to do what they do. They're going to do their DNA and what their coaches have told them to do. But we're prepared for anything they throw at us.
Was there a different vibe around the defensive offices this week, kind of being able to put those 3 bad games behind you, have a good game against
I mean, yeah, I think so. That Monday after the Syracuse game was pretty tough. It was definitely a reality check, just because they completely did like nothing. We prepared for some of the stuff they did, but it was pretty different than what we prepared for the whole week, and we had to be able to adjust and get it corrected quickly enough during the game. We didn't do a good job of that, so coaches let into us pretty good on Monday. So that was definitely a reality check, and definitely got us back on track. I think we showed that on Saturday.
When you played in the Shrine Bowl, was there much talk between the guys that were going to be playing for either team?
I don't think so. I don't even remember who was on that team who played for South Carolina.
Play with Pharaoh? Was he on your team?
He played on the North Carolina team, didn't he? Yeah, he was. South Carolina ended up winning, and he played like every position. He was the only really player that stood out to me. I mean, he's obviously a good player. But I think who they had. I'm thinking of the Georgia dude who played Goose Creek.
Jamel Terry?
Jamel Terry. Is he still playing?
He's transferring from Georgia.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking of him. Yeah, but there wasn't really. Not that I even noticed a lot of recruits from that game, or that I didn't hear any buzz about it.
Speaking of Pharaoh, Cooper, what do you think? How they're going to use him this week? He's thrown passes, he runs it, he catches.
I mean, they're going to keep doing what they do. He runs the ball, throws the ball. They do that Wildcat stuff. So they're going to keep doing their DNA. They incorporated him in their offense in every single way they can. So we're ready for anything they do.
When you see him throw that touchdown pass that he threw to the quarterback in Florida a few weeks ago, does that now make you, I guess, handle that Wildcat package a little bit different?
Not really. We know he's a good athlete. We know he can do a lot of different things. But we're going to put in a game plan to stop it. We don't really care that he can throw really well. He's not going to play quarterback the whole game. I mean, you never know. They'll probably end up playing him quarterback the whole game.
You're talking about
Nunez is he hurt?
Yeah, he didn't dress last week.
Orth has been. I've watched him. He's been playing pretty well. I mean, obviously their results haven't been turned out the way they wanted to.
Yards last week.
Yeah, he's been playing well though. So we're definitely expecting Orth, and then Cooper will probably come in and do some crazy things. So we're expecting anything.
That kitchen sink you were talking about, that's basically what the word is coming out of Columbia. They're going to run load everything they have left in the playbook on you guys this week.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to and even if they do, we'll have a game plan to stop it, and we'll be prepared for anything. So we've been prepared for that every week. We know teams are going to have to do that and put a new game plan in for our team because they know how good we are. So we're prepared for anything they do.
What is a game plan for a kitchen sink? What is that?
You just watch a lot of film. You just go back and where their coaches have played at, and just see like their past teams and what they've done. Whatever we've done bad in this season, they'll look at that, so we'll get it corrected from that. Like when we were playing Wake Forest, we did a lot of that zone read option, like triple option type stuff. We expected Wake Forest to do it a good bit, because we didn't play well against Syracuse. So we practice that, and they haven't really done that much. Wake Forest hadn't, so we put that in for them. So anything Coach V can think of, he'll put it in the game plan, just so we're ready for it.
You think South Carolina might throw some of that at you?
And they can't. They want to. I'm not really worried about it. We've got it corrected, and we know how to fit it up.